The loot crate system in Star Wars Battlefront is not a bad thing. A lot of people would like to say it's a bad thing, it's pay to win, but in reality, it really is not pay to win. Of course, when loot boxes are introduced to a game, it probably has to deal with maybe the game is free to play. Now, with that being said, Star Wars Battlefront is definitely not for free. I should know. I paid $100 for that sucker. I'm not bothered at all that there is microtransactions in the game. Why? Because there is no season pass. I was a little bothered when the season pass was available back when Star Wars Battlefront was a thing, because I didn't really know about the whole season pass thing. All I knew is that if I wanted to play some content that wasn't available in the original game, you have to buy the season pass to have all of those, and that cost me $50. So, with that being said, I think I spent over $150 or less, around $120, and I was not a happy camper. And it split the community by a huge margin. You really got to see how bad it was with every installment or every release whenever a DLC came by. So, with that being said, though, Star Wars Battlefront 2 has made a big change and a big improvement by not adding a season pass to this game. And this is wonderful because we don't have to pay for additional content, and it doesn't split the community. What they're doing is implementing seasons where they're adding, free content as in maps, weapons, heroes, and it's really good, and I really like that. But here's the thing, though. We gotta understand that EA is a company, and games are very expensive to make, so they have to make money. Buying the game does give them money, but if we want them to continue giving support to Star Wars Battlefront and adding good content, then we have to understand that EA, or DICE, or both of them really, have to implement a microtransaction system into the game. Now, of course, I understand that a lot of you may be upset that they are adding, star cards and things that might make you a little bit better, statistically saying, than the average player who doesn't buy loot crates. Now, I'm here to tell you that you gotta listen to what they're saying. You gotta listen, right? Like, they are not adding a thing where, like, oh, you can buy a loot box and get the best weapons and get the best star cards. Really, it's just star cards. And that's not the case. That's not the case. You get a certain amount of star cards, maybe white or blue, nothing too overpowered. It's like locked over leveling systems and, other things. So it's not completely, you can, like, right off the bat, get the games like, I want to throw down $500, more in this game and get the best star cards. That's not how it works. So that's not the really issue that I see that's really there. Another issue that I believe it's kind of like, okay, I get what you're saying, is the heroes locked over a credit system, in a sense that maybe Darth Vader, before everything changed, was 80,000 credits. Now, you would say, why are you making us pay 80,000 credits for a very iconic character that we paid over $80 to even to $100 for this? We should not be able to, we should be able to play every hero for free without having to pay for them. But I have to remind you, back in Battlefront, we had to unlock weapons with star cards and weapons and skins. We had to unlock those with levels and with credits, and no one said a single thing. I think that's really a regular thing with every game. But with that being said, though, a lot of people were upset because that's a huge amount of credits for Lord Vader and Luke Skywalker. 80,000 credits. A person from Reddit, trust me, the people on Reddit over there are really smart. They said that, without even doing challenges or whatever, it would take around 40 hours. That's ridiculous. 40 hours you're trying to get credits for Lord Vader, or a hero specifically, because I think all the heroes are locked, because of the credits. And they cost different levels, they cost like, I think, let's say, give it a second, Bosk or Leia, they cost 40,000 credits, and that's ridiculous. But with this video being made right now, today they made the announcement that they have lowered the price to 85 or 75%. I'm pretty sure it's 75%. So, Lord Vader and Luke Skywalker are now 15,000, which is a massive change from 80,000, so you really can't complain anymore. Now, I don't really mind that as much as 80,000. I would be complaining too if we're 80,000. I'm not gonna waste 40 hours just to get a hero that should already be unlocked in the get-go, alright? But of course, they made this horrible excuse that like, oh, we want our players to feel proud that they unlocked a hero. That's no excuse. There really is no excuse for that, okay? Like, they could try to put their excuses out there, but really, in the end, it's not really gonna work. No one's gonna listen to them. Right now, Reddit is at the warpath of EA. They're downvoting everything, and it's ridiculous. A lot of people are just like inflating the situation to a grand scale to the point where it's like, stop, you're ruining the game. The reviews are gonna be so bad just because of the loot crate system, which isn't a huge problem, but people are making it a problem only because there's microtransactions in a game that you had to pay for. And in a sense, I somewhat understand that, but in reality, it's not a big deal to fuss about. So please, I must beg you to calm down and just enjoy the game, because the game itself looks wonderful. I'm about to play it in like 3 or 2 hours. It looks great. I've seen gameplay of it. I've seen a lot of videos about it. It looks wonderful. What's the point of ruining the game for other people and for yourself just because of the loot crate system? There's no point. There's no reason. You're just ruining the experience for yourself and for others. So with this being said, I must ask you, please, I'm sorry if I sound very aggressive, but you must get over yourself with the loot crate system. It's not that bad. It's really not pay to win. It's not horrendous. Like World of Tanks, to give you an example. You can legit like get the best tank by just paying. Like, I believe that there's a rank system or a tech tree. You can buy that circuit. You can spend $1,000 and get to tier 1 to tier 10. That's pay to win. With Star Wars Battlefront, that is not the case. So please, people, calm down. There's no need to downvote EA. Of course, I'm not saying to stop giving them feedback, because of course, once everyone gets to play, they're going to find problems of their own. They're going to say it. So, oh, and by the way, EA is going to do an AMA or AMQ. I'm not really sure how you pronounce that. Like, you ask them questions and they're going to answer it on Reddit. So, on Wednesday, this Wednesday. So if you guys want to go talk to them, you can. And you see, maybe they might change some things during that event, but I'm not sure. But again, guys, let's not make Star Wars Battlefront a toxic game, all right? Let's make this community great, okay? Not make this community great again. I believe that this community is good and has a lot of good people who are very vocal. In this case, we're looking at a situation that really doesn't really need that attention. All right, sure, there's concern in the beginning, but it's already been disclosed, it's already been, revealed, and people are still freaking out about it. So, do your research, look at what they've said, think about statistically what's going to happen, and don't freak out about it, all right?